Hey guys, Frosty Knives here, back with another EU book review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the second part of the MedStar duology, Star Wars MedStar 2 Jedi Healer by Michael Reaves and Steve Perry. This book was published in 2004 and it clocks in at 302 pages. And just take a look at that cover right there. I love when covers do this. This is a Star Wars representation of the very classic, the Pietà from the Vatican, from the St. Peter's Basilica, I believe it is. And that's a very good cover, very neat cover that they did that. So this is the second half of what is going on the planet Drongar over the Bota. And the Separatists and the Republic are still fighting over the plant, and the clone troopers are still dying, and the surgeons that are there, Tolk and Jos Vandar and Barriss Offee, and the droid I-5, are still working to fix and heal the troopers just to send them back out into the field. Not a lot happens in this book. It's just a continuation of this battle, the Battle of Drongar, the battle over the Bota. A couple of things that they find out during this book, which is interesting. One is the identity of the spy. Now, in the first book and in this book, it was established that there is a spy on the planet, and the spy is working for both Black Sun and the Separatists. And the spy goes by two names, Column and Lens. And so that's a big part of the second book, is who is the identity of the spy? There's a spy among the surgeons and a spy in the Rimsus, and who could it possibly be? And there's, a lot of misdirection, and there's a lot of hunting to find out who it is. And eventually, at the very end of the book, the reveal of the spy happens. I was wrong. I thought it was a particular character. It was not that particular character. It was another particular character. I'm not going to tell you what particular character that was. I thought I was right. I was wrong. So good on them for sort of muddying the waters there on who the spy actually is. It was a very interesting reveal. The other thing that's going on in the book is that they have discovered that the bota is mutating. So the bota is this miracle drug that can be whatever it needs to be to whatever species it's injected into. So it's medicine, it's antibiotics, it's this, it's that. Well, the bota is going through a mutation, they find out, and very soon, the bota is going to mutate to the point where it will become effectively useless. It will lose all of its medicinal properties, and it would just be another ordinary plant. And the doctors that are working on Drongar discover that. And so now there's this idea of, well, we're basically killing each other and fighting over a plant that is going to essentially become useless. So the battle no longer becomes the battle of who can control this source of this plant. The Republic and the Separatists now start to fight over, well, we need to get as much of this stuff as we can right now while it's still viable before it becomes an inert plant. And so that's where the Battle of the Bota goes to. It's an interesting thing, sort of an easy way for the writers to write the Bota out of the Star Wars universe. Like, why have we never heard of this before, and why do we never hear about it again? It's because it's no longer a thing by the end of the book. So, neat little way to sort of write it out. There's a whole subplot with Barriss, who accidentally gets injected with a dosage of bota and finds out that it really, really strengthens her connections to the Force to the point where she almost becomes an uber Jedi. She becomes this super Jedi connected to the Force, and then it becomes very addictive to her. She's like, I want to do this again, and I want to do this again, and if I do this again, then maybe I'll have the power to stop this war. So there's a whole subplot about Barriss's sort of growing addiction to the bota and how she wrestles with that and how that could potentially lead her down the path to the dark side. It was an interesting little subplot. I don't think it was necessary. It was probably something that they had to add in order to justify a second book in the duology. So we have that. We also get a lovely scene with my favorite droid, I-5, where he programs himself to be drunk. He's finally admitted he's a sentient droid, and he wants to do all the things that sentients can do. And one of the things he wants to do is he wants to become drunk, and he doesn't know how he can become drunk because he's a droid, but he has heuristic programming, and so he can essentially program himself to be a drunk, and he does. Programs himself. There's a lovely little bar scene in there where he's just drunk. He's not a belligerent drunk. He's just a clumsy, falling down, jovial drunk. He plays Dejarik with a Wookiee. He wins. The Wookiee proceeds to tear his arm off, which is, a nice little nod to Han Solo and 3PO and Chewbacca. When 3PO's like, I won fair and square. Why is he all upset? And Han Solo says, yeah, but that's because Wookiees have been known to pull arms off of people when they lose. So that's a nice little nod to that. I-5 gets his arm ripped off by a Wookiee when he loses to Dejarik. So that was neat. At the end of the book, of course, the battle ensues. The Republic swoops in to sort of save the day. All of the patients and the surgeons, they get rescued, and they all go back to Coruscant. I-5 and Den Dur go back to Coruscant together because I-5 has finally gotten all of his memories back, and he realizes that his mission that was given to him by Lorne Pavan Lorne had told him previously, if anything happens to me, I want you to go take care of my son Jax. I want you to watch out for him. If I'm gone, that would be your job. So this is I-5's mission now. Of course, this is all foundation laying for the books that we're going to read later, which is the Coruscant Night trilogy. So I-5 has gone to take care of and look after Lorne Pavan's son Jax on Coruscant, and Den Dur has gone with them. So I guess in the next book, I'm hoping that we'll get to see a pair of Den and I-5, and we'll get to see their adventures with Jax Pavan coming down further down the pike. That's pretty much the story in a nutshell. Again, I gave it a 3, matching what I gave the first book in the series. I find it's an okay book. It's a good read. It's a quick read. It's not the best of the Star Wars books. It's not the worst. It's good for what it is, a nice middle-of-the-road, interesting read that will give you some chuckles, a little bit of laughs, maybe some look into what it's like to be on the medical front line during a war, and what goes through surgeons and doctors' heads when they're in that position. So, coming from that perspective, I thought it was pretty well done. So, guys, that's my review of MedStar 2, Jedi Healer, Barriss, and a clone trooper on the cover. This is one of my more favorite covers. One of the covers that I actually like from Star Wars. I thought that is a really well done cover, and I gave that a 3. So, what are we going to be reading next? Well, I'm going to lay out the roadmap for what we're going to be reading next and what we're going to end with, what we're going to end this section of our read with. So the next read that will be coming up will be the Yoda-centric novel, Star Wars Yoda, Dark Rendezvous with Yoda and Dooku. This should be a very interesting book because there's not a lot of Yoda-centric novels out there. Simply because George Lucas kept Yoda under lockdown, and I'm surprised that this got written. After that book will be the prequel to Revenge of the Sith, James Luceno's Labyrinth of Evil. And then finally, we will end this session on the last of the 3 novelizations, Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. And I think that this will be a good place to sort of stop. right now and sort of regroup. That's a good stopping point with the destruction of the Republic and the rise of the Empire. My Star Wars EU reviews, I have sort of broken down into seasons now. So this first review that we've done from Dark Plagueis until Revenge of the Sith is what I'm now calling Season 1. And that's going to be all the prequel stuff leading up to the rise of the Empire. When we start reading EU books again, that will be Season 2. And what is Season 2 going to be about? It's going to be about the aftermath of the rise of the Empire, what happens, and what gets burned to the ground, and then what is eventually going to lead us to the rise of the Rebellion era. So, guys, I hope you've liked that review of Star Wars MedStar 2 Jedi Healer. And I hope you've liked the journey so far. I'm trying to restructure it sort of a little bit as I go along so that all of these EU reviews are not going to be into just one giant playlist. They're going to be separated into seasons by sort of subject and category. And I think that's an easier way for people to watch instead of watching an inundated playlist of hundreds and hundreds of videos. You'll have them in small 20 to 30 video chunks based on the current era of Star Wars that we're reading. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this review, all the other reviews, and the journey so far. And if you do, comment down below what you like, what you don't like. Do you like this book? Do you like the other books? Do you not like the books? Tell me what's going on. And as always, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Give it a subscribe, share it around, tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell those people that you suspect might be a spy. And until next time, thank you for coming to my TED Talk, and I will see you in the next video.